Hi students, welcome to VerandaRace, and just like yesterday, today I have come with some common error questions, error spotting questions, because I think a lot of practice is required for error spotting. So today's session is also related to error spotting, and we will be doing like 30 questions in error spotting. Welcome to VerandaRace. We'll be doing 30 questions in error spotting just like we did yesterday, So let's start the session with error spotting questions. So it's error spotting. So this is the first question which we have with us. Let's start the session. Yes, Kishore, hi. Hemant, hi. Sandil Kumar, good morning. Okay. Okay, students, let's start. Let's start, students. Okay. So Rajiv is the best person to advise you since he faced plenty of difficulty while setting up his business. So this is the question. Rajiv is the best person to advise you since he faced plenty of difficulty while setting up his business. So what is the error in this question? Let me know from you all. Okay, students, let me know the error which you find over here. Voice is going forward. What do you mean by that? Voice is going forward. 3. Okay, 3 is correct answer. Murugan, when you say voice is going forward, does it mean it's not a lip sync is not there? Okay, let me check the voice. I guess everything is fine. So error is in part 3. It should be he faced a plenty of difficulties. It should be difficulties. Difficulties. The answer should be plenty of difficulties because a plenty of is followed by a plural entity. A plenty of, some of, a few of. These all quantifiers are followed by a plural entity. Okay. Difficulties. Okay. Voice not proper, I guess. Wait. Just give me 2 minutes, students. Voice is not proper, you are saying. Just hold on. Okay, now is the voice fine? Is the voice okay now? Please respond. Darshini, is the voice fine now? Okay. The university that I taught was located on the outskirts of the city. The university that I taught was located on the outskirts of the city. Voice is proper, I guess, right now. So, the university that I taught was located on the outskirts of the city. So today we can have in this second question, I guess there are 2 errors in this. So if you could figure out what the error is, that will be great, I think. Okay, voice is clear, Shweta. Okay, fine. So you see, the university that I taught was located on the outskirts of the city. So here it should be located in the outskirts of the city, and here we can have in which. It should be in which. So I have never given you options that there is error in only one part. We have had questions like these in which 2 errors were there. So the university in which I taught was located in the outskirts of the city. So error is in 2 parts have error. think the video is not working. Please check. Okay, students. Is the video going on, sir? Yeah? Hi students, welcome again. There were some connectivity issues, but now I think it has been resolved. So we are doing the second question. I'm not still visible, sir. Am I visible? Yeah. Just check. Okay. In my computer, it's not working. Just hold on, students. Okay. Okay. Well, students, let us start the session again. There were some connectivity issues. Great. Now I can see you all. So yes, it's clear now. There were some connectivity issues. No problem. But today we have a wonderful set of questions. So don't go away. Stay here because the session is going to be a wonderful session. So the university in which I taught was located in the outskirts of the city. So outskirts is a place. Okay. So we generally use something is located in a place. Okay. Located in the outskirts of the city. Fine. Next question. Most of my co-workers have been transferred to various neighbor districts. Most of my co-workers have been transferred to various neighbor districts. So districts is a noun. So the adjective of neighbor is neighboring. It should be neighboring districts. Fine. Most of my co-workers have been transferred to various neighboring districts will be the correct answer. Fine. Okay. So neighboring districts, that will be the correct answer. Though my father spent a lot of money on our education, he refused to give us no pocket money. Though my father spent a lot of money on our education, he refused to give us no pocket money. So refuse is already something which is negative. So it should be followed by any pocket money. So whenever we have refused, it is followed by any, not followed by no. So he refused to give us any pocket money. Refused is a negative word, so it must be followed by any. Any negative word is followed by any, not by no. Okay. So though my father spent a lot of money on our education, he refused to give us any pocket money. That will be the correct answer. So error is in part 4. Next question. Often ideas and concepts are passed on from one generation to the next without being questioned. Often, ideas and concepts are passed on from one generation to the next without being questioned. So, there is no error in this question. No error. Fine, students. So, let us move ahead to the next segment, which is the next 5 questions. I think you are convinced with all the answers. I am sure you are convinced with all the answers. Because I have not given you the only option as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there can be multiple errors as well. No problem in that. Because I have not given the options, only 1 and 2 both. This way I have not given you. Fine. Please respond, students. I am waiting for your response. Eagerly waiting for your response. Don't leave the chat. There may be problems sometimes in the connectivity. But you should bear with me. You should be with me till the end of the session. That's called something called integrity. I'm just kidding. You must be with me because it's your benefit, right? We are giving you practice questions, so you mustn't leave. So, moving to the next set of questions. Okay. Funds that are collected in the morning has to be disbursed as new loans by afternoon. Very easy question. So, I have decided to give you easier questions from yesterday only. I decided to give you easier questions so that you enjoy the session. Because if the questions are very difficult, like we had one day, the odd one out, or someday rearrangement, some difficult questions were there. So I have ensured that I will give you some easier questions so that you are motivated, your energy is boosted. That's what I have thought of. Okay, so please answer. Yeah. Mallika Udaya Suryan, clear. Okay, located at, Kirtana says. So the question is, funds that are collected in the morning have to be transferred. Because it's plural funds, so it should be have to be transferred. Error is in part 2. Got it? Error is in part 2. Have to be disbursed. Correct, Mr. Muthu? Muthu R. Okay, great. So your promotion depends on the number of projects you are handling during the year. So it should be like if it were a SMS message or WhatsApp message, it could be you are handling. Just kidding. So your promotion depends on the number of projects you are handling during the year or you handle during the year. So error is 100% the part 3. It should be you handle during the year. Okay. So your promotion depends on the number of projects you handle over the year, during the year. This yeah, you are. Correct, correct. It should be you are in the SMS category of messages or WhatsApp messages. So Ranjit, your answer is correct. You are handling. Keetana also gave the answer as have. Sweta also gave the answer as 2. Manjot Singh, how are you, Manjot? Jana Raina, have. Correct. Fine. So next question. Our team has spent the night entirely awake trying to decide what strategy to adopt. Good question. Our team has spent the night entirely awake trying to decide what strategy to adopt. Awake, awoke, awaken. That's my understanding and knowledge. Awake, awoke, awaken. So, our team has spent the night entirely awaken or awake. Is it correct? Let me get feedback from you. Let me get feedback from you. So, error is in part 3, I guess. So, what's the error? Awake is the problem with error? Awake or what? Our team has spent the night entirely awake. Awake is again an abstract noun, awake, a verb as well. He is awake, an adjective, awake, but we don't say awake man. Awakened man, we say, awakened man. Okay, let me come back to this question later on. I'll come back to this question because it's useless wasting time on one question. Rather, we'll solve more questions, but we'll come back to this question. So, error spotting question number, this one, our team has spent. This question will come back to. But fine, okay. Next question. I have finally managed, this can be no error as well. That's a very safe for me. See, I can play very safe. I can play really safe by saying it's a no error question and you won't question me, I know. But I want to interact with you. Please understand. So there are 15 people online. You please interact with me because I don't want to play safe and say, okay, this is no error. Let's move ahead. I want to discuss with you because if I find there's only any one error, I'm just like staggered. I stumble upon one error. I just stop there and I discuss with you. Okay. Okay. I finally managed to convince my parents to allow. Okay, this is allow. Allow myself to study abroad. Yeah, correct, Mr. Muthu. It should be allow me to study abroad. That's correct. Allow is a verb. To allow is an infinitive. So it should be followed by an objective case. To allow me to allow him. But if the subject were like this, if I say a sentence, they did not allow us to, they did not allow them to improve themselves. They did not allow them to improve themselves. Did not allow them. Okay, wait, let's see. I finally managed to convince my parents to allow me to study abroad. So this should be an objective case pronoun because to allow is an infinitive generally followed by an objective case pronoun. I'll give you more examples. He came to give me a gift. He came to present me with a gift. That way, you know, always it's followed by an objective case pronoun. But I'm trying to find out a situation where 2 plus V1 can also be followed by a reflexive pronoun, myself. For example, is it possible that 2 plus V1 is followed by a reflexive pronoun? Any examples from your end? Is it possible that 2 plus V1 is followed by a reflexive pronoun? That's what I'm asking. To do myself, to do himself, to play himself. That would be difficult because he tried to console himself. Yeah, he tried to console himself. Because there the action reflects on the speaker. He tried to console himself. In that case, the action reflects on the speaker. Who is the speaker? The action reflects on that. So the object and the receiver are, object and the subject are the same people. But here you see, I have convinced my parents to allow me to. So there is the speaker and the object are different people. That's why we use to me, allow me. Correct. Ms. Muthu.R, correct answer. Awaken. Okay, Manjot has given an answer, awaken. Very good. We'll come back to that question, Manjot, because we have a certain doubt in that. I have certain doubts, but I can give a very safe answer, awaken, and move ahead. But I'll stay there. Moving ahead, when he took a loan for the first time, he was so nervous that he repaid it earlier. It's was, it's took. So repaid it earlier. Okay. When he took a loan for the first time, he was so nervous that he repaid it early. Fine. So moving ahead to the next question, we have to come back to this question. Moving ahead to the next question. Okay. My cousin's wedding provided me with the chance to meet which relatives I such an easy question. So very easy question. So my cousin, so if I say it's an easy question, I am blaming myself, right? I gave an easy question to you, but let us see. My cousin's wedding provided me with the chance to meet which relatives I had not met for a long time. What should come in the place of which? That is the question. What should come in the place of which? Is it that or something else? Let me see your answer. What's the answer to this first question? Remove with. No, Muthu. Provided him with something. Provide someone with something is correct. The error is in this part. Which. You have to replace which with something else. You have to find out what should replace with. What should replace which? With. There is no problem with this with. I will provide you with something, some knowledge. That is known as provide with someone with something. That's no error in that. But the error is in which, because my cousin's wedding provided me with the chance to meet which relatives I had not met for a long time. There is no sense of this particular which. There is no sense of this which. So it should be those. Because it's relatives. We cannot use that in the place of which. We need to use those. So my cousin's wedding provided me with the chance to meet those relatives I had not met for a long time. Fine. No, it's those. Those will be the correct answer. Next, there are floods in the region last year, but many of the victims have not yet been compensated. Last year shows that it should be were. There were floods in this region last year, but many of the victims have not yet been compensated. Because it's last year, so it should be there were. Yeah, correct, Muthu, you are correct. It should be there were. Next question. We must ensure that all our records are computerized for next year. We must ensure that all our records are computerized by next year. Okay, so we must ensure that all our records are computerized by next year. By means by the end of next year, till the end of next year. We cannot use for over here. For is generally used for a duration or a period, for 10 years, for 20 years. But by is used for a point of time. So it should be by next year. A futuristic point of time. Future point of time. Yes, correct, Darshini Guru. By is the correct answer. By next year, Kirtana, correct answer. Suveta says 1. Which question? This one. We must ensure that. Okay. 1. Yes, correct. There were floods. Correct. Suveta, correct. Okay. In order to impart training to bank employees, we are setting up centers at various locations. Various locations. Okay. So in order to impart training to bank employees, we are setting up centers at various locations. Clear? Next, when Rahul reached the office, there was nobody there, so he sat down to wait. When Rahul reached the office, there was nobody there, so he sat down to wait. Okay, it's a good question. Various locations, correct answer. Ranjit Selabra, yeah, within he says. Within next year. Within is also correct, but by would give you a chance to. Okay, that's a good question. Within means in the limits of 1 year. It can be done earlier. But if you see, suppose this is now, and this is next year. So within will means it can be completed here also, with this time also it can be completed. But if I say by next year, it can get completed till this time. This is the limit. This is a limit by which. So within means any time which is before this. Within means any time which is before this, but by is the maximum point you're putting. Like by the end of next year. It means it can go till the next year, but within means it has to be before that. Has to be before that. But by means even at the end of next year it can be completed. Okay. Okay. Last question. Had reached. Where is had reached? When Rahul had reached the office, there was nobody. When had reached the office, there was nobody there, so he sat down to wait. No, it's not correct. It's not correct. Had reached is not correct. When Rahul reached the office, there was nobody there, so he sat down to wait. It's not necessary that we have to find the error in each and every question. There can be errors, questions with no error as well. There can be questions, but we are trying to find an error somehow. This is quite ironic. Means not ironic, I would say, but it's quite humorous that we are trying to find one error should come out. Otherwise, there is no use of putting in so much effort. Okay. No error. Darshini says no error. So we will follow what Darshini says. No error. Actually, there is no error in this sentence. Well, next question. I shall have to check our records to find out how much checks have been collected so far. Where a level easy question. So it should be how many checks. How many checks? Fine. How many checks? Next question. Our first task as board members is to decide on what we should spend these funds. I will not answer this question. It's the easiest question possible. So give me the answer to this question. Manjot Singh says many. How many checks? Correct, Manjot? Correct. So give me the answer to this second question. Answer to this second question. Our first task as board members is to decide on what we should spend these funds. Give me the answer fast. Okay, Karthik Kumar says no error. Darshini Guru says which? How? Where? Where Karthik? Where? Not which, not how. where should we should spend these funds. Where? When is also correct, I guess. But what is replaced by where? So our first task as the board member is to decide on where we should spend these funds, or when should we spend these funds, why should we spend these funds, how should we spend these funds. This is quite comical, okay. So our first task as board members is to decide on where we should spend these funds, decide on why we should spend these funds, how, but not what. Not what. Okay. Shwet 5. No. Somebody says no error. No. What should be replaced by where, when, how, why? That's quite strange, right? It's a great question, I would say. It can be replaced by anything out of the 4 options, but what should not be there? The error is in part 3. Next. She was lucky to find a good paying job as soon as she graduated. A very difficult question. Where level? Very difficult. So tell me the answer to this question. She was lucky to find a good paying job as soon as she graduated. I need a fast answer, please. Anyone would like to answer? Well paying. Very close, Karthik. Actually, it should be well paid. Well paid job. Well paid. We often say, right, it's a well paid job. So, she was lucky to find a well paid job as soon as she graduated. Not well paying, well paid. Correct? Found. Ranjit Seladurai says 5. No. It should be well paid job, not good paying job. Next, for the last 6 months, Seema has been, okay, don't worry about this Seema, it should be like this only, Seema. For the last 6 months, Seema has been asking them to refund the money, but there is been no action. So Karthik Kumar is sad. Okay, don't remove that, Karthik, no problem in that. But it should be, but there has been. Okay. For the last 6 months, Seema has been asking them to refund the money, but there has been no action. Fine? Has been. Yeah, Ranjit, correct. Has been no action. Perfect, Muthu. Correct, correct. Next question. He promised to get in touch with myself as soon as he had the information I needed. He promised to get in touch with me. 4, correct. 4, no, 2. Okay, 4 in the previous question, right? I got it. So this part, error is like myself will be replaced with me. Okay. Get in touch with me, objective case. Next question. Which sectors have been affected the most of the global recession? See, finding the error is easy, but to find what the error is difficult. If you say, sir, this has an error, that's quite easy. I want to know from you what is the error and how to rectify it, because this will somehow improve your sentence improvement, phrase replacement, plus error spotting. So find the error. Me, correct, Shweta. Vignesh says has, that's correct. So we have to find the answer to this question. Which sectors have been affected the most? Because of the global recession. By. Wonderful answer. Karthik Kumar, wonderful. Kirtana, wonderful answer. Kirtana, by the global recession. So I said because of the global recession, you said by the global recession. So we both have different perspectives to life. I believe in because and you believe in by. Great answer. Very good. Kirtana good, Karthik good. So I said because of the global recession and you said by the global recession. Both are correct. So one is cause-effect relationship, one is agency. So by the global recession is agency, and because of is the cause-effect relationship. Because of the global recession. Okay. One of the executives who work at the head office has confirmed the news. Fine. One of the executives who works at the head office, because it's one of the executives. Who? No. One of the executives who work at the head office has confirmed the news. No error. You'll find it strange, I know. You say, sir, how come no error? But there is no error. I'll tell you why. No, works is not correct. Because the rule says, before who, whatever the antecedent comes, the verb is decided according to this antecedent. So executives is plural, so work is a plural verb. This is absolutely correct. We are not talking about one of the executives, because there are many executives who work at the head office. There are many executives who work at the head office, and one of the executives has confirmed. That is the correct. Wonderful question, I am saying. Wonderful question. Trust me. This will clear a very good concept of yours, the doubt of yours, that one of the people who pray, not praise, one of the people who pray Shiva gets the blessings. This is the correct use. So, one of the executives who work at the head office has confirmed. This is fine. Took me. Works. No, works is not correct. No error, Muthu says. 2 number, no error. Yeah, Muthu, I did not see your answer, man. What is this? You said no error. Wonderful. No error. Superb question. Okay, Karthik Kumar says. So, one of the executives who work, this is plural entity, this is work is plural verb, at the head office has confirmed. So, one of those people has confirmed, and one of those people who work at the office. Are you getting my point? Okay. It took myself 4 months to convince them to take this step. It took me. Wonderful. Took me. Vignesh gave the correct answer. So, it took me. Very good. It took me is the correct answer. Next. Anita's new office is quite spacious, but most of the furniture is old and should be changed. Anita's new office is quite spacious, but most of the furniture is old and should be changed. Anita's new office is quite spacious, but most of the furniture is old and should be changed. So this question is strange. Let me check it again. Anita's new office is quite spacious, but most of the furniture is old and should be changed. Is old and should be changed. I think there is no error in this question because we don't find any discrepancy whatsoever in the question. Anita's new office is quite spacious. No, not R. Mr. Kohli, no, not R. Because I'll tell you why. Furniture is singular. It's an uncountable noun, so it's used as singular entity. So, but most of the furniture is old and should be changed. No error. I can challenge anyone on this. No error. According to the terms of the agreement, we have to pay 5% commissions to the travel agent. 5% commission. 5% commission. Because 5% of anything would come out to be one entity, right? Suppose 5,000, 5% is how much 5,000? 10% is 500, 5% is 250 rupees. Okay. So 5,000 if the commission is there, 250 will be 5%, right? Am I right? I'm sure I'm right, yeah. So 250 will be the commission. That is the amount. That's the amount, singular amount is a commission. So it should be commission, not commissions. Okay? Commission. Perfect. Most of the furniture is plural. Okay, Ranjit, wait. There are many furniture in my house. Is it correct? There is a lot of furniture. there is a lot. There is a lot of furniture in my house. So okay, wait. Ranjit says most of the furniture is plural. Furniture is an uncountable noun, so cannot be used with plural verb. Furniture is an uncountable noun, so cannot be used with plural verb. We can say a piece of furniture was at my place. Furniture, there is a lot of furniture in my house. There is a lot of furniture in my house. We cannot say some furniture were sold. Some furniture was sent to my, wait, I think over it. Ranjit, you have asked a very good question. As usual, you ask a very wonderful question. So I'll go to this, mark it again. There are two questions we need to revisit. I'll not waste time on this. Ranjit, you always ask wonderful and logical questions. So let me come back to this question. So I'll move to the next segment. I'll come back to this question, okay? Don't worry, I'll answer the question. Next. Unless you work out all the details and get the necessary approvals, they will not want investment in the project. Unless you work out all the details and get the necessary approvals, they will not want investment in the project. Unless you work out, this is unless is subordinate clause, subordinate conjunction. So work is the correct form of verb. The details and get the necessary approvals, no problem. They will not want investment in the project. No error. No error. To invest. Why? What's the problem with this? They will not want to invest. No, they will not want investment in the project. There is no error in that. I will not want any investment. I will not want investment in my startup. I don't want any investment. I will not want any investment. I will not want investment. No problem in that. They will not want to invest in the project. See, the other way round of seeing the question is, you are right. Karthik Kumar says, want to invest. I'll discuss this question. Wait. So, unless you work out all the details and get the necessary approvals, they will not want investment in the project. So, it's about two people, right? Suppose there are two people. One is this person, you. So, I'm telling him, unless you work out all the details and get the necessary approvals, I am one person, I'm talking to him, and this is the third person. I'm telling him, if you don't get the approvals done, they will not want investment in the project. So he wants to invest in this project. I am the observer, and I'm saying if you don't get approvals, they will not allow you to invest in this project. So this is fine. They will not want an investment in the project. So this is no error. Want to investment, no, investment is fine, no problem in that. Because if you want to put to here, so it should be here or here, that's a doubt, right? To invest or want to investment, so that is absurd, no error is the correct answer. Okay. Hearing the tone of my colleague's voice, I realized that he was upsetting about something. Upset. Being recently arrived in the city, we visited our neighbors to get to know them. Having recently arrived in the city, we visited our neighbors to get to know them. Upset is correct. Kirtana, Darshini Guru, Amrita Rina, correct. Upset is correct answer. So the third question answer is having recently arrived. Okay. Next question. Since I had ordered a large number of books, the salesman agreed to give me a discount. Since I had ordered a large number of books, a large number of people, a large number of books. That's fine. Since I had ordered, that's fine. Books, the salesman agreed to give me a discount. No error. I'm sure there is no error. Having is correct, Ranjit. Amrita Rina, Karthik Kumar, having is correct. So, since I had ordered a large number of books, the salesman agreed to give me a discount. No error. Okay. So, we have not yet reached a stage that we can think of expanding our business overseas. It's a good question. Good question. So, we have not yet reached a stage where we can think of expanding our business overseas. Fine. No error. Yeah, this is no error. This is no error. This is we have to change that into where. That into where. We have not yet reached a stage where we can think of expanding our business overseas. Fine. Okay, we have come to thank you slide, but we'll go back. I don't want to say you thank you so easily. Because you all will kill me because I have not discussed two questions, I know. Okay, so we'll go to the first question which was there, which we marked. Yeah. Our team has spent the night entirely awake. Okay, let's see a parallel sentence. Okay, so our team has spent the night entirely disturbed. Suppose I don't say awake, I say disturbed. So our team has spent the night entirely disturbed, trying to decide what. So it should be awaken. Awaken. Somebody says, Manjot Singh said awaken. Yeah, Sweta, your answer is where is correct. Karthik, your answer where is correct. So it should be disturbed, so it should be awaken. Awaken is the third form of verb. Entirely awaken. Trying to decide, so awaken is the correct answer. I think you're convinced, because if you put any other verb, disturbed, you cannot put disturb, right? Awake, awoke, awaken. Awake, awoke, awaken. Awake, awoke, awaken. So disturbed is the correct use, so we'll use awaken. Clear? Moving ahead. Last segment, which we have one question and we have doubts. Yeah, this question. This question. Anita's new office is quite spacious, but most of the furniture is old and should be changed. I think this was no error decided. This was no error decided. One more question was there, I guess. There was one more question. Which question can you please let me know? I think I had not marked it. So this question was sure that no error was there, 5 number. I think there was only one question. Somebody raised up a question. Could you please recall me the question, please? Somebody was there who asked me about the question. That is awaken, no doubt in that, awaken. Okay. Nobody is recalling me. So let me end the session, students. You're not even recalling the question, what the question was. I'm waiting for 1 minute. Please recall. Let us see from the beginning, okay? I want to answer that question. So this is awaken. There's no problem in the first segment. Second one, when he took a loan, repaid fine. My cousin's wedding for a chance to meet the relatives. Those who are relative side. Region. Sure, all the cost of price and for by next year. Impart training locations. No other. I shall check the cost, find how much, how many checks. First, could you please help me recall? Specialty was happy to find good, well paid jobs. 6 months you have been asking. Yeah, furniture. Very good, very good, very good. Thank you, Ranjit. Ranjit, it was your correct. Most of the furniture is correct. See, I'll tell you. I won't go to the question. I'll simply tell you. See, furniture is uncountable. We cannot use the verb are with it. Please, the chapter close. Ranjit, please forgive me. Chapter close. Furniture is uncountable noun. Cannot be used with a plural verb. Clear? I'm sorry, Ranjit, but that's the answer. So students, now we'll end the session. I hope you enjoyed the session a lot today. I'm sure of that because we're discussing very good questions nowadays. So if we continue doing this for the next 6 months, I'm sure your English will improve exponentially, right? So, okay, most of furniture is correct. Yeah, Karthik, you're right. So I would like to tell you all, please be with me every class because tomorrow I have planned a reading comprehension session at 11 a.m. And why don't you attend the evening session? Wonderful session we execute. We have closed test approach, common error approach. Sometimes I have planned to introduce some rearrangement thing. Maybe today evening I'll do that. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Be present tomorrow at 11 a.m. Thanks a lot.